Well, yeah, Couyons. Randy from the Whiskey Couyons. Tonight we got another review. Something from Campbeltown again. Definitely one of my favorite Scotch regions. So Campbelltown's Glen Scotia Double Cask. So this one's definitely one of the more affordable whiskeys from Glen Scotia, or Campbelltown in general. Glen Scotia Double Cask. So, Campbelltown whiskey. That's definitely one of my favorite regions of Scotland. So, when it comes down to Campbelltown whiskey, it used to be like the center of whiskey in Scotland. Like it was booming. They had a lot of distilleries in Campbelltown, but they went through some rough times. And back in the day, and the three surviving whiskeys that come out of that is Glen Scotia, Glengyle, which makes Kilkerran, and the ever popular Springbank. So, but this distillery, Glen Scotia, it's definitely they have a few different things in their core range. This is one of them, and with this one, this is definitely one of the affordable options. But it's good. It is 46% ABV, so it's 92 proof, and it's coming in unchill filtered, but it doesn't say anything on here about natural color. But if you look at the whiskey in here, I mean, it does look like natural color to me. Anyway, that's got the nice little color to it, but it just doesn't say it on the bottle, so there's no way to know for sure. But it says rich and spicy. The bottle really doesn't have a whole lot of information on it. Distilled, matured, and bottled in Scotland. And just says rich and spicy. It is finished in American oak and Pedro Ximénez sherry cask. So it's got that PX sherry flavor, which is it's one of the more sweeter sherries there is, and it definitely shines in the flavor. So on the nose though, definitely sweet and sour. This is not a subtle whiskey. The flavor's right there. The notes right there. Sweet, sour. Definitely like an apple, pear, fruit notes come out. There's some spice coming in there with those fruit notes, but it's like a darker spice. It's not like, I don't want to say cinnamon is not a dark spice, but it's almost like you would get dark Italian cooking spices, like rosemary in there. I would think like a rosemary, maybe some like fresh chopped parsley, some of the greener cooking Italian spices. Not a whole lot of oak though. Just a little subtle oak towards the. It's in there though, but definitely the fruits are like the first thing you taste in there. Not too bad. Not a whole lot of notes in there, but let's give it a sip. So definitely fruits, apple, pear. The citrus comes in there, which kind of gives it like a little bit of a sour, sweet and sour kind of feel to it. It goes into like a buttered toast. At first I had it, I was like, oh, maybe it's like a French pastry, but I think it's more of a buttered toast to it. It has like a grainy, like a bready kind of taste to it. Then it goes into the spice. And the spice kind of finishes off. You get that oak taste towards the end of the finish. But it's good. It's a medium finish. The finish is not a super long finish on this, honestly. Like the flavors, it's good though. The flavors that are there are good. Very sweet towards the end though. It's a really sweet whiskey, and I think it's that Pedro Ximénez cask that kind of brings in all that sweetness. and it's not a subtle whiskey at all. It's just not a really complex whiskey, but for a beginner, Campbeltown whiskey is definitely a good intro into the region. You know. It's definitely sweet though. You get those bourbon notes. You get caramel in there with those fruits. But the fruits, I'm sure, coming from that sherry cask, you get a little bit of caramel. Then you get like a ginger spice in there, along with those barrel spices that kind of carry on the finish. It's a good whiskey though. Like creaminess, almost like I say creamy, but it's almost like a bready, almost like a buttered toast kind of bready, a little note in there, slightly creamy, and then it kind of goes into the spices and on. Not bad. Um, so when we look at this on the giving it a score, so giving it the Okuyon reflection, to be honest with you, it's right at the cusp of buy again. So I would definitely go with probably about a 6-10 with it, 6 out of 10. Say 6-10, 6 out of 10. Meaning that I finished a good bit of this bottle, and it started out really good. I thought it was right when I got into it. I thought it was too sweet, but as it got to about middle of the bottle, it started to open up a little bit, and the spices kind of came out a little bit more after. You get more of the spicy notes, and the caramel kind of mellowed out. So you got that caramel and the spice with it. Um, I never really thought it drank hot. I still don't think it drinks like it's over spice or it drinks too hot. For 92 proof, it's probably right where it's at. Um, but for $50, at some point, Glen Scotia's 15, which I think is phenomenal whiskey. That was around the price of $80. This one comes in at 50, so for $30 more, you may just want to go get that Glen Scotia 15, which is way more complex, way longer finish, just a better, all around better whiskey. But it's $30 more, so you right at that cusp of like, would you buy it again or would you not buy it again? This one, it's hard to find. I mean, you're not gonna find a whole lot of Campbelltowns lying on the shelf of any whiskey retailer, or whether you go to Specs or Total Wine, you're not gonna find that usually. Um, this one was actually I did a little mailing order to get that, and the Glen Scotia 15s. I've seen one in the store one time. I was in Dornax in New Orleans and found one, but other than that, I mean, I've ordered a few bottles online for Campbelltown whiskey. So 6 out of 10. If you can find it, I would say if you've never had a Campbelltown whiskey, yes. If you've never had a Glen Scotia, yes. If you've had Glen Scotia 15 before, if you want another bottle and you really like that whiskey and you really want to try it out for $50, yeah, go ahead. I would probably, if I've seen it, I may buy it again. I'm not sure. That's why 6 out of 10 is a good score for it. But that's about it. Glen Scotia Double Cask. No age statement whiskey. I wouldn't say it's simple. It's got a little complexity to it, but it's worth $50, I would think. So yeah, check it out if y'all get a chance. If you browse in one of your favorite liquor stores online, or if you are so lucky to see it on a shelf somewhere, try it out. Whiskey Couyons. Like I said, check us out. We're on YouTube. We're on Facebook. We're on other stuff. We're on Facebook. We're on TikTok. Every once in a while, we do a live and review some samples we send each other or whatever. But see y'all guys in the next review.